James Holder for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. With me, I've got Richard Towers. Now, if I get a sore neck, I'm going to sue you, Richard. This is a long way for me to look up.
Everybody has the same problem with me. I get a sore neck looking down, actually.
I bet you do. I bet you notice if people are going bald quicker than anyone else as well.
Yeah,
you're just
exactly.
Constantly seeing it, aren't you?
Yeah, that's one of the disadvantages of being so tall. But one of the advantages, everybody sees me in the room, so Richard's there.
Yeah, spot you from distance.
Yeah.
I mean, we're so used to seeing you now with part of the booth team. Has he got you doubling as a security guard? What's going on? He's really putting you to work at the moment.
I think I'm a jack of all trades where we're concerned. You know, I just fit every criteria there is to fit.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a small price to pay for everything I'm learning. You know, it's been a brilliant journey. You know, up to now, and we've got much more to come, I'm sure. But I'm enjoying the ride. Definitely.
What's going on then? We haven't seen you out in action for a little while. When can we anticipate seeing you back in the ring and doing your work?
Yeah, I've been sparring. I've been training hard, non-stop training. It's a way of life, boxing. You know, I realised that when I first got into it. So nothing's changed there. So I'm training hard, and we should be out in August and then September. So like I say, I've started sparring now. I'm sparring some good people, some good heads, getting some good work in. So the next step is under those lights, and I'm sure my new style will speak for itself.
Speaking of styles, you're working with Adam Booth now, the Enigma. What's he like to be around day to day?
Adam's, you know, people have asked me the same question when I first got with Adam, you know, and I just answered with a simple answer. You know, I live with Adam, his wife, and his 2 babies. You know, to me that says everything about a man. Since then, we've come a long way. We've travelled a long way together, and we've grown closer as the hours, the minutes, and days have gone by. So, you know, Adam's he's everything to me. He's my best friend, my trainer. You know, I'm really lucky and really fortunate to be in the position I'm in with such a man. And with regards to his knowledge to boxing, you know, it speaks for itself. You know, with the results he's had, with the results he's getting, with the results he's got. You know, it's all just fell into place, and I'm just so thankful for that.
Probably the biggest fight for Ireland at the moment is your man Andy Lee versus Billy Joe Saunders. All the talk of that's been sort of going around. What's it like inside the camp, and what can you sort of tell me? What's going on?
Oh, it's amazing. Well, you know, the fight with John Jackson, you know, I was there for that fight, for the preparation for that fight, and everything worked to plan. You know, I could see what he was doing in the fight. I could see as the fight was progressing, things were falling into place, and the result was inevitable. You know, I think anything can happen in boxing. Andy got in there and did his job well against John Jackson, and then against Matt Korobov, did his job again.
We was both there for that one.
Yeah, did his job again. And then, you know, against Peter Quillen recently, you know, results speak for themselves. You know, it took Andy a little time to get warmed into it. You know, I can't tell you about the fight, you probably watched it, but you know, he did his job, and we've got Andy set the bar now. You know, but Andy is a consummate professional, consummate gentleman. Everything he does is done right, and the results, like I say, are inevitable. And he's in the position he's in for a reason. And I just hope that I can fulfil a similar fraction of what Andy's achieved. You know, that'll be my biggest ever feat.
What do you think of the UK heavyweight division at the moment, the scene currently?
I think nobody can be taken lightly. I think, you know, boxing is one of those sports that I've got to be careful what I say now because I don't want to sound like a hater, but boxing is one of those sports that people are carefully mapped to start with. You know, there's no denying that people are doing their jobs, so they're knocking people down who are stood in front of them. But you've got to be realistic, and from a fighter's point of view, I know that it's never as glamorous and amazing as people think, but that's what, in hand, that's what keeps people interested in boxing. That's what sparks interest and keeps the interest. So it's all good, and I think that nobody in Britain can be taken lightly. Nobody in the world can be taken lightly. There's some good fierce competition out there, and I just can't wait to get back in the mix.
Obviously the emergence of Anthony Joshua, you've got Dillian White now knocking on the door for British title level.
Yep.
People like Gary Cornish
Yep.
looking to try and step up and get in the mix. It's an interesting division, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. You know, these guys, they're forces to be reckoned with, you know. I hope one day, you know, we can all fight. You know, that's the idea of boxing. That's the idea of the fight game. You know, that we can all stand in competition against each other and the best man win. You know, no excuses. And I just I look forward, like I say, to getting back in the mix and you know, putting myself to the test and everything we've been setting in place. And like I say, reaching the bar that Andy Lee and Adam set before him.
I met your brother a couple of weeks ago in Sheffield. I've just told the viewers I was in having something to eat in Sheffield, just done a bit with Kid Galahad, and then your brother came walking in. Bizarrely enough,
Yeah.
I've been with you a few weeks before
Crazy small world, man.
in a foreign country, then I'm in Sheffield of all places and I met the Towles' brother.
Yeah, he's a nice kid, my
He's a
brother.
nice fella. He's a
You know,
nice
the
fella.
thing is as well, what me and Adam were just speaking about a few days ago, because Adam met my brother recently when we was in Monaco, and my brother's the quietest, most placid kid you could ever wish to meet, but he has got, you know, I remember when we were kids, you know, we'd have fights and not legitimate fights, we'd have fights and you know, I'd always trouble people, but he just used to put people out, you know. And I tried to encourage him to get into boxing, but he said, "Yeah, bro, this is not my thing. I'm not into that type of thing. You know, that's your thing. The glitz and the glamour and in the public eye and all that." He goes, "But I do my thing, and I'm all right doing what I'm doing. But you do what you're doing." And yeah, you know. But he's got that knockout power. He's got that knockout power. I wish I had.
Well, I'm not going to put it to the test.
I'm not doing too
well. Where
well.
I'm standing, you look
I've got
all right,
13
mate.
out of 16 knockouts, so could be worse.
Listen, I can't thank you enough for your time. As always, real gentleman of the
Same to
sport.
you. Thank you very
And I look
much.
forward to catching you out in action real soon.
Thank you very much.
Cheers,
Thanks.
Rich.
Cheers, pal. Thank you.